So I am going to open up the meeting at 5:03. Just real quick, we are welcoming Laura to the meeting. Laura, we had put a post on Facebook about getting some new people to join our committee, so I messaged Laura back and told her she was welcome to come. So you can listen to what goes on, and at the end, if you have any questions and comments and all that, and then we can talk about if you want to join the committee, what positions we have open. Okay. And there is another girl, Kristen, who's coming also. So she's coming a few minutes late. So when she comes in, we'll just introduce. So welcome, Kathleen Woodward, Michelle Lamatina,
Ryan Tully,
Kathleen Evans,
Angela McHugh.
So first thing we'll do is approval of meeting minutes from October, because that is the last time we met. Did everybody get a chance to read those over?
Yep.
So can we have a motion to approve? Do you have a question on the meeting minutes?
I do have a question on the meeting minutes.
Okay.
Just because we approved something for the fall events, but then after we left the meeting, I got an email, and I don't even know if
Hi, I'm Kristen. I apologize. I sent an email. I'm late. Sorry.
That's okay. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. So we'll go around the table one more time.
Kathleen Woodward, the rec director.
Michelle Lamatina, I've been messaging
Yes.
with you. Yes?
Angela McHugh.
Kathleen Evans.
Hi.
Ryan Tully.
And I'm Lauren Adele. I'm
Same as you tonight.
Sorry.
Yep.
Kristen. Hello. I'm here
So welcome.
Yeah,
So I just said you can kind of listen into everything we're talking about, and then at the end, if you have any questions, we can talk about that. Here's a couple things we'll talk about. Okay, sorry, Angela. Go ahead.
So I didn't know how it worked with approving the minutes if something changed in between the last meeting from what we had voted on, because we had a fall event for the wrapper disposals that I was going to run, and then I don't know if everyone was on the emails. It might have just been the three of us.
No, I was.
Right, but it might have just been the three of us. Not. I don't think you both were on it, but we were told that we weren't allowed to do that.
Okay.
Because. So I didn't understand why. The email said we couldn't. The selectman now said we couldn't do that because it would raise money, but it wouldn't. I was going to donate my own time and money to do that for free.
So here's the thing: whether we approve something on here or don't approve it, sometimes there is an additional approval process. Like the selectmen have to approve it. For instance, in a few minutes, we're going to approve that we're going to have an Easter event. That doesn't mean that the selectmen are going to say that you can do it. They may say it's not available, or we don't want you to do it this year. I don't think they'd say that, but that's what I'm saying. So the meeting minutes just reflect our meeting.
Right. I guess I didn't understand the next steps because, like we said, we wanted to do that and it wouldn't cost anything. But then the selectmen went back and said, no, you can't, and we have no time to discuss it with you.
So I would, because that's something you're kind of spearheading, I would just follow up with the selectmen and Mary Beth directly and ask for a meeting with them.
That's what I was confused about because the email was pretty shut and closed. It said, we can't do this and we don't have the resources to discuss this with you.
So I would just follow back up. I don't know the answer to that. So, but if they're telling you that, then you would, if you have more questions, I would follow up with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I guess so what is our role then? Because just since I've joined, we haven't gotten anything approved that I know of in terms of like, other than what we're supposed to be doing, like, you know, we have to run the, the event on the 4th of July, for example.
Well, that's something we do as a group. The selectmen don't do it. We do it. So
I
we
thought
have
that
to
you
ask.
said the selectmen asked
they would
us to do that.
No.
So there's actually, I don't think there's anything that we're obligated to do.
Everything
at all.
that
we do, we approve here, and then we run by the selectmen, and then they say yes or no. So the wrapper thing, they must have some other reason to have. So definitely, like, even if the email's cut and dry, just follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do whatever we want. Like, not to an extent.
No, we can't.
We can't.
No.
But like, we run the
That's what I'm
rec.
trying to
We
figure
run
out.
the park and rec. So we run the park program, the summer program. If we decide we want to have a movie night, then we decide that as a group. The selectmen don't come to us or haven't come to us and say, we want you to have a movie night in the park. we kind of started that a few years ago. 4th of July event has been going on for so many years. I don't know who started it. I've been here many years and it's always been here. So anything anybody wants to, as part of the rec department, us bring up, for instance, just to give you some ideas, like we decided as a group we were going to apply for community preservation funds. So Kathleen and I did all the homework and we presented to the Community Preservation Committee a plan to put all new picnic tables in the park. So we went before the committee. We got all the how much it costs and what needed to be done. It went before them. They approved it. It got put on town meeting floor. It got approved at town meeting and all that. So there is a process. So we could, for instance, like I said, the egg hunt, we know we want to have it. Well, we've decided on a date. Now I'll go to the selectmen next week or the week after and they could be like, oh, that date you picked, we have this, you can't do it. Or, well, you know what, we have another group in the building that's going to have an egg hunt. We probably shouldn't have two. It's just guidance. It's not, we're not required to do anything.
Oh, no. That's not as much required then as allowed, like you said.
I don't know. Some things like the
right.
candy wrapper thing, we have no idea if that's allowed. So obviously we found out it wasn't allowed. But if you want more information, I would follow up with them.
That helps to know, just because we also had talked last time about me donating all the supplies for the egg hunt, which I got them all, but now I'm finding out we don't even necessarily have approval. They may say, no, we can't do it.
I don't think they're going to say no.
Well, I wouldn't have thought they'd say no to collecting trash for free, but they did.
Okay. Well, I don't, you'll have to follow up with them. Okay.
I think it just warrants more of an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, I think best thing to do would probably just go
I'm just going to move on to
Mary
another
Beth
initiative.
face-to-face.
I'm not even going to revisit that one. It's not. It was just something free that I could have done to help the community, and I was just so confused on the process of why they were just like, nope, you can't do something free. And now I'm kind of understanding. Well, no.
No, you're not. You need to ask them how to understand it. We don't know either. So
yeah, I guess I was just like, it felt like a slap on the wrist because it was like, and we don't have the time to speak to you about this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So can we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Yep.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good. Okay. So next we will go on to. I'll talk about the budget. So there's a sheet here that has what our budget is. Kathleen and I went before the finance committee a few weeks ago. As you can see, we work on a very small, if nothing, budget. Ladies, just so you know, we're pretty much self-funded. Like park program brings in money. That money gets put out for salaries, for pool supplies, for park supplies, anything. Sometimes there's money left over. We use that for activities, things like that. Last year we presented a budget. We did get cut back because we had not a lot, but we had money in reserve. So they thought we had enough money to kind of run this year. So Kathleen and I basically presented, if you read this, we'd like to increase a little bit of money for pool salaries, because when camp shuts down, we've made the decision as a group last year to keep the pool open till Labor Day because it's hot. In years past, when I first was on the rec committee, we shut the pool down when camp closed, which was like the second week in August. And it was ridiculous because it was so warm. And we didn't think that was right. So we're asking for some additional pool salary funds to help keep the pool open through Labor Day. That is our goal. Every year it's been Kathleen's goal. We've been able to do it.
And open it even.
And open it before
Save
camp.
my summers with my kids.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
You have.
So we're asking for an increase in that, and we're asking for an increase in activities and expenses. Same thing, we run the 4th of July event. Everybody loves it. As we know, prices increase. We put out a lot of money. Easter egg hunt, same thing. Everybody loves it. We put out a lot of money for that. We try to do a movie night, if not one in the winter, springtime indoors, and do one outdoors. So we're just hoping that we're not asking for a ton of money, but the budget is very tight this year. They could come back and say no, or we might have to amend something. So anybody who is a resident here, if you go to town meeting, we'll discuss it before, just, maybe speak on behalf, whatever your position is here on it. If you're for that, we're trying to put on programs for the town and we get great feedback and we have tons of people attend. So we did say that to the finance committee, and they were very appreciative of all our work, especially Kathleen's with the park program and how many kids we have, and it just keeps increasing. So that's kind of what we presented. It's not really anything major. Regular increase for Kathleen, like 2.5% or something. And we put in some money for swimming pool, park program, and activities and expenses, but that's really it. Like I said, we're not
Basically to keep the pool running.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to operate the pool. And our idea was that it's a town building, and we're hoping that they might be able to take some more interest in it. It, like we said, it has been self-funding, but it's harder and harder to self-fund it without
when
raising
chemicals are
prices for programs, which we don't want to do, which is also on the agenda.
right.
This isn't me disagreeing with the rising costs. I think they sound super reasonable. Did we not keep it open through Labor Day last year?
We did.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, we did. We just the year before we painted the same picture of, we have to make sure they understand it. Like even at the meeting with the finance committee, like one of the guys asked us, like, well, what's your intake and what's your outtake? And we're like, we're pretty much just rolling self-funding. We pull in money for the PAC program. We put money out for salaries. Mm-hmm. We put money out for pool. We explained, like, we have swim team, but that's like a break even. Yeah. Like, we don't want to cancel it because we don't have a lot of kids because they enjoy it. But it's very much a break even. If not, we might be teetering on we're putting money from the pool. And then pool passes, basic, we sold, I'm rounding this number, 150 pool passes last year at $130 a pass. When you spread that money over the weeks of the pool being open, it no way near pays the salaries. So we just once again, reiterated, we want to keep the pool open, so this is kind of how we have to do it. We need that extra $3,000 to fund it. And we do, it worked last year, even with our cutbacks, but that took money out of our other program. But it just the money all kind of comes in and goes out. But so it works. So that's what we're presenting. We'll keep you updated at the next meeting if anything should get changed and what we want to kind of do with that. So the next thing to look at is this big spreadsheet. This is our park and pool program rates. So it's kind of like an ongoing spreadsheet of year to year what we've charged. And then the last column to the right, the green 2024 is an increase. So I'll go down the line and go over the increases. If anybody has a question, you can stop me. And then maybe what we'll do is just discuss if anybody has any, they'd like to change something, add something, not increase, decrease, and then we'll approve it all at the end. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay. So daily pool passes. We're thinking of just keeping it the same. $5 per person, $25 max of 6 people. Seasonal pool passes. We want to go up $5 on the pass to $150 from $145. My only recommendation on that is we do what we did last year, and if you purchase a pool pass prior to whatever date,
April, right?
It was April 1, right?
No, I think we did it through May.
May,
We were thinking
May 1.
Mother's Day presents or you know what I mean?
Okay.
Gifts or,
So if you purchase prior to May 1, instead of the $150, we did $10, right? It was $140. Well, it wasn't $140, it was $135.
It was $135.
Yeah.
And then,
So we do $140 for this year.
$140 instead of $135.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. The movie night in the park, that is for outside people to rent the park for a movie. Because at first I looked, I'm like, what do we charge?
That's what I was-
$55.
$55?
Yeah.
That's it,
No,
yeah.
that's if someone, we've had a few people that have come to us and they just say, oh, I'm going to have a movie night. We're going to be here on this night. And they can't because they're using our power. We pay for the power in the park. So instead of 50, go up to 55. Party rental at the pool, keep that at $200. That seemed to cover everything. The salaries, those are kind of all the next things. The salaries, we really don't have too much say on that. Those salaries are kind of, we go by minimum wage, which went up on January 1st, and then we go by if you've been here, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Kathleen has kind of a schedule of, okay, you get a quarter more an hour. So it's kind of just regular increases for salary.
I mean,
New people.
We can talk about that in the spring.
Yeah,
too,
as long
once we
as-
know more
yeah.
people that are coming.
Swim lessons, it looks like going up $5 on each line item. So the first child would go from 105 to 110, the second from 95 to 100, the third from 80 to 85, and then a family cap for $295. The next few lines are park salaries also, same kind of thing. We go based off minimum wage, and then we add an increase for anybody who's returning or in a supervisor position, and new hires basically get minimum wage. And the minimum wage, just so everybody knows, because I know, Angela, you probably weren't here last year when we set these rates. Minimum wage, even though we are a summer program, technically we don't have to pay minimum wage, but the selectmen adopted a policy a few years back that we have to pay minimum wage. Everyone in the town of Whitman gets minimum wage.
That's great.
So it's good. It's definitely good. It just puts more of a stress on the program of how much we're charging. So the weekly park program, same thing. We'd like to go up about when you look at the first child, 155, second 290, third and fourth would be 410. 5 children, 500 a week, 6, 530, and the family cap is 530. So same kind of thing, just increases there. The CIT program, we started that a few years ago. It's pretty, it does pretty well because we have kids who come and then decide, they're going to be a counselor the following year when they're age eligible to be. So we're going to keep that the same price because technically we make a little money on that because the $80, they're paying us to come and train, but we're not paying salaries to have them watched or, in the summer program. So we'll like to keep that around
And
the
it's
same.
been very beneficial because we've gotten some fabulous counselors. Like last year, we got some amazing counselors from the CIT program the year before.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful.
Yeah. And then the swim team, we'd like to keep the same cost again because the swim team, it's building, each year. This year there are a few more than last year, but it's still small that we don't want to increase the price and turn anybody away on that because it just makes sense. It's going to take a few years to build it, and as more people catch on and the kids love it, we'll look at this. Obviously, we're keeping a spreadsheet so we see we haven't gone up in 3 years by next year. Then maybe next year's the year to increase on that.
You also don't want to increase if we don't have, as I know it's building, but it's still pretty small. And so if you don't have a big swim team that can do a bunch of meets and stuff, you don't want to overcharge.
15
so.
members last
Yeah,
year. So.
that's it.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds good.
yeah.
Before COVID, there was so many.
Really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then for 2 years, we didn't have it. And then so the last 2 years, we built it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let me go one more page. Oh, yes. Okay, so now we go into field rentals. So, the Whitman Recreation Committee maintains some of the fields in town so that outside baseball teams, things like that, town teams use the fields, but they don't pay. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Town programs don't pay to use the fields, but if another outside, like AAU baseball or AAU softball, or soccer want to use the fields, then we rent the fields to those teams or organizations. But the Whitman Hanson lacrosse, Whitman Hanson
Football,
softball,
soccer.
Whitman football, Whitman Hanson soccer. I know I'm forgetting some. They are all organizations that utilize the fields, and there's no charge for any of the town programs. And a lot of them are now Whitman and Hanson. I think football and
Lacrosse.
football and baseball are the only ones who are not.
Not. Yeah.
So they use town. When we have town, basically the fields that are rentable are the ones in Memorial Field, which is right near the
Police station.
police station. Thank you, and the Upper Town Park and Lower Town Park, which are the town in the Whitman Town Park, and the middle school fields that are baseball and softball fields.
So we are going to propose for baseball and softball per game go up $10 on that. For a double header go up $20. Practice keep it the same. Soccer, lacrosse, football go up $10 to $95. Practice keep it the same again, and then basketball, street hockey, which we don't rent too much, keep it the same. The only thing we'll check in on is the DPW coverage if we need to go up on that cost, because if they had an increase, we'll have to see about that too. So sometimes we have to charge for DPW coverage because if there's a double header, the DPW will come in, change the trash, like make sure things are okay and kept up. So we
Reline the field.
Yeah, reline the field. So if
They're
we're
amazing.
doing that and they're a minimum 4 hours at that price, it's $160, but we're only renting the field for $170. We made $10. Like, so it just doesn't work. So we do that. So I'll look into. We didn't even put a line item to increase that, so we can vote on that part the next time if we have to. And as far as all the fields go, Kathleen an email went out already to all the organizations to get back to her with their schedules, and she does all the scheduling. I don't know how, but she does it. So she keeps track of all that.
Quick question on the middle school field. So when is it 2025 that we're gonna lose like one baseball
We went to the
field?
meeting,
We did.
and the thing is, even at the meeting, they don't know what we're going to lose, what we're not going to lose, because they were trying to decide where they're going to store product, where they're going to move product. Are we going to lose this field? Are they going to
Yeah.
lose that field? And I think they were conversing with.
So that presentation
baseball.
they did to us wasn't kind of set in stone where they were going to take
I
that
don't
one
think so.
field in
No.
the corner. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So once that happens, we definitely will have to make other plans, but that's a few years away. I'm not going to worry about that now. So I just am looking to see, anybody have any other questions? No? So can we have a motion to approve the increases?
I motion to approve the increases to all
2024?
2024 budget.
Second?
Yes.
Yes, and me. Okay, we're good.
Thank you.
We're
I
good
can
on
get
that.
it to Unipay.
So
Get it set
Items
up.
that are termed used, increase to all items on the.
line items on rate spreadsheet or something, and we can attach that when we do it next time. I'll clean it up a little. Okay. Field usage, we just talked about that quick. Kathleen got an email out, so that's already
That's for spring scheduling.
on the roll. Maintenance updates. So we all know, like, we have major issues with people vandalizing the pool and the pool house and all that baloney.
Did not know that.
So yeah, people have broken the fence. They went in and broke into the bathhouse and gross.
Yes.
Just recently?
Vandalized
yes.
the inside
Yes.
of the pool house.
So we had to have like basically a hazmat team come in and clean up the pool house and all that. It was bad.
Ugh.
Bad. So thank goodness, like Bruce Martin's guys and Todd helped out cleaning up and secured gates and doors and things like that. So, we're going to deal with that. And Todd
When
and
did that happen?
October.
October.
And then December,
Yes.
another gate got broken. So the police do a great job. They monitor the park, but it just, as soon as they drive away, someone comes in, that's the way it goes. So hopefully, I know it's been in the works for a bit. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but there should be cameras in the park soon.
Yeah, I got excited for that when
Yeah.
Josh brought that forward.
Yeah.
It was 2 town meetings ago. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Yep. So there's a lot
It's a
of
lengthy process.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
in contact with them. It's a lengthy process. It's not just about throwing cameras up. It's about who's going to monitor them and
Yeah,
you know,
they have to put a network in the park to
Right.
Wi-Fi. So.
right. So hopefully sooner than later that will be in, and that will help deter them a little bit. So thankfully, the funds for those things have been somewhat covered
Yes, through the DPW.
through the
and
DPW.
through
So
Todd,
we just
the maintenance.
yeah, we just hope that more things don't continue to happen that are unforeseen.
And we
Yeah.
are working with Todd to hopefully be able to fund and redo the gate around the pool and that whole area. So that's in the
Yeah, it's like a
process.
capital project. He's
Capital project.
presenting
Thank you.
it. Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name.
So there's kind of a project, some new things in the bathhouse, and the way they want to form the gates around it would be harder to get in there. You know what I mean? And it would be a little bit more conducive.
Secure.
And we've talked to Todd and that about, down the line, what we want to do or try to do with the pool house and that might be something too. We need to look into more community funds to see if we can cover
CPA funds.
some upgrades to that. I mean, it's kind of hard. The building's old, and how do you expand on it? But we've talked, and hopefully it's a good open line of communication, and hopefully we'll, as the years go on, just kind of build on those kind of things. Okay, so programming coming up. So this is the time when we're going to start trying to set things for spring, summer. The next meeting we'll probably start going over camp. The park program, not camp. We can't call it camp. The park program. And one thing we do want to talk about, just everybody keep in mind, Kathleen and I fielded a lot of phone calls last year about the ages. So we need to kind of come up with a firm thing on ages what grade.
What's the issue with the ages?
The issue with the ages is, at some point, we understand there isn't much for the kids to do in town once they get to middle school. But middle schoolers at the summer program do not work.
Oh yeah.
And we
Yeah.
had a lot of people that were very unhappy. I was on the phone with one woman for quite some time, very unhappy that her 7th grader could not come to to the summer program. But when we only have 1 or 2 of them, it definitely doesn't work. And if you had 15 of them, it wouldn't work even more. It's just not, we don't have the right fit for that age group. We fit well with the younger elementary
K to
schools,
5.
K
They're
to
gonna
5.
listen to a high school kid. who's
Right.
in charge,
In
or
the
a college
behavior,
student
and they're on
who's
their
in-
phones, and you tell them to put their phones away. And you have to remember, our people that our employees, most of them are high school kids. So it's difficult when you're.
Challenging.
Yeah, they're so
Yeah.
close in the eye.
Yeah. So we're just going to think about that for the next meeting. Come up with some concrete, firm, rising kindergartner to rising 5th grader. Maybe not even rising sixth grader. We understand, people get upset about that, but at some point we have to, someone else in the town has to come up with something for the middle schoolers or whatever. And
Park Ave School.
Yeah.
Needs to be some sort of someday.
yeah. And it
And
just
they do have programs at the middle school.
yeah, and they have programs at the high school, like weekly
school
ones.
kids.
It's different, but they do more
Things that are geared towards
them, like
middle
science camp and things like that will keep them more entertained. We can't just have 13, 14-year-olds running around the park
Yes.
with 5, 6, well, not
They
5,
learn-
but
yeah,
7,
second grade.
8-year-olds.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, they're 5 and 6 years
Yeah.
old. Different
So,
learners.
so we'll talk about that the next meeting, kind of come up with an idea. So the first thing coming up sooner than later is the Easter event. So typically what we do is we have an event at town in the auditorium. We rent this big maze from Busy Bee, and we have an enter and an exit, and we kind of just throw eggs all in it. And we separate the times. Now, we're not, just so everybody knows, because this is the big question every year. Well, you said my kid had to go at 10 a.m. and we got here at 10:15. Is it over? No. We just do that to kind of, if someone comes in and they have kids that are 5 different ages, go all together. We don't care. It's not set in stone. We do this to kind of keep it's spread out. And again, 5th graders with pre-K kids doesn't mix. So we put the pre-K kids first, the 5th graders. But if there's a 5th grader that wants to go with their brother or sister, go right ahead. Not a problem.
Would we flip it this year? Because wasn't there an issue with CCD running late?
We're going to do this on a Sunday.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And then, of course, we say pre-K, but, like, there's kids that are 1 and 2 that come. We don't care. Like, I think people know it's loose, you know. So we basically just throw eggs in it. We do put signs up that say whatever we decide on. I think it's usually 10. No more than 10 eggs. And we hand out bags, like brown paper bags. No plastic. Brown paper bags. Or white,
Well, they were white with the
white
handles,
last
yeah,
year.
but
Because there'll be kids that go in there and take 30 eggs and then there's no eggs. And we did. That's what we ran out last year because they were taking 30 eggs. So I try to make a lot of signs about that. And, you know, maybe we can add that to the flyer too. So we'll have the Easter Bunny, hopefully again.
If I fit into the costume, I'll put on a few.
So we're always
concepts
looking
then.
for an Easter Bunny.
No, but I
I don't mind.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
awesome.
if I fit
Awesome.
into
I
the
mean, might be
costume,
the same
I'll
size.
do it. But
We know that that's not the real Easter Bunny, but it's okay.
Well, the real Easter Bunny is
Real
very
Easter Bunny
busy
is very
getting
busy.
baskets and eggs ready. So we have to see if we can have a friend of the Easter Bunny help out
Luckily, I think anyone that's listening probably already knows everything there is to know
about the Easter
about
Bunny.
Easter Bunny.
Okay. So we provide bags and that. We reach out usually to the Whitman Library. They usually send a craft and we have a craft area. We get other crafts. Usually I donate a jelly bean guessing jar and the kid wins the jelly beans. And I usually make like a basket with all kinds of junk in it. And we let kids put their name in that.
Fun.
So we have a couple raffles.
Fun stuff, Michelle.
Fun stuff, junk. Tchotchke. So we usually have a balloon guy. We'll have face painting. And then Sweet Standards. I did talk to her. She can come again to sell like cookies and cupcakes and stuff like that. The only thing I was thinking of maybe changing on the flyer is we usually put donations are greatly appreciated at the door, and we really don't get any donations. Obviously, we can tell by our budgeting, like we're scraping for 4th of July event. That's like our big event, and it's so much money.
Yeah.
So my suggestion, and you have to be in agreement with it, I'm fine if it's a no. I would like to put on there like $2 donation at the door, recommended at the door or something like that. But if people walk in, they walk in. If they put $2 in, they put $2 in.
Well, I feel like we always have NHS volunteers. Maybe have them with the buckets like they do for Dollars for Scholars, but still donations. But
Yeah.
like have them there just to make it a little bit.
Well,
more
we
obvious.
usually do right in
Oh,
the
really?
front.
I feel like last year we
We
just
have-
had the one
Well,
bucket
last
sitting.
year was different. I
Because
will
we had
say,
more people. Yeah.
last year they had prom the night
Sorry.
before, and all these kids signed up to help us and didn't show up.
People.
So, but the years prior,
We've
we
got
do
people
have
going.
people, and we still don't collect.
Now, do you
any
guys
money.
have like a Venmo? Because nobody carries cash.
that's
you guys
smart.
can't have like a QR
Oh, we
code, or
can't.
you can't.
Wait, why can't you have that?
You'd have to go through the town.
You'd have to
They'd
go
have to
through the
set up an
town to
account
set
and
it up.
say, I can guarantee the answer will be no on that because I tried doing it for Claire's school,
Really?
and it's a huge no.
So
Gotcha.
okay, wait. Just curious what. I'm just trying to think of like the best way to go around this because I mean I have. I run a nonprofit, so I have free access to QR codes and like no fee processing and all that kind of stuff. So like what is the right way to go about that? That like
So I don't
can we sponsor where and then we donate the money? Like
I don't have a perfect answer, but I know that at the high school we don't use Venmo to collect anymore because you have to like register as a business or there's
Business or
there's
organization.
something extra with
Yeah.
Venmo that like if you're not doing that you're violating Venmo stuff, and so
Yeah.
you have to do it cash when it comes to donations and like collecting money.
well, this application that I have, Zephy, is made for donations, nonprofits, fundraising. I'm trying to figure
We're
out
not a
the way to-
nonprofit.
No, you're not. But
Mm-hmm.
I run a nonprofit. So I didn't know if there was a way that we could sponsor the event, accept donations, and then we could.
Who's we?
the nonprofit. It's called
Okay.
Make Me Brand New, and then we could donate the majority of that money to the 4th of July event.
Yeah, I guess
And I'm
we'd
only
have
saying
to-
the majority because a small part would go to the nonprofit since we're saying we're sponsoring it. I don't know. We could figure out the exact. I'm just trying to figure out how to help you all get the money with the right
cash.
system.
So I think it might be worth. So I'm going to write like we will still be accepting cash donations at the door with a suggested $2 donation,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe an email. I know how you love emailing our representatives, but maybe email and ask like, hey, I know we're not allowed to use Venmo, but there's this other application, just to see if it's something we could do in the future because it's a cool idea.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have anyone's. So I was looking too. I don't know who Beth is. It's actually
Mary Beth.
you had emailed me saying, giving me the information. So you two are the only ones on the email, Kathleen and Michelle. So I don't know who else I would escalate
Okay,
it
we'll send you. I'll send you an email with Mary Beth's information, and then probably the
Lori
accountant's
O'Brien.
office, right?
Lori
Lori.
runs the select board.
to. Which was
No.
Administrative assistant. Lori O'Brien is.
Right, but I would say she needs to talk to Mary Beth first, and then Mary Beth can point her in the right direction.
But if you CC Lori,
Yeah.
if they both are on there, then they both can have the information.
Yeah, we'll send you the email of who to talk to, and then you can copy Kathleen and I on the email too, and ask your questions or present what you're
right. Okay.
presenting.
And that could work well because I was already going to donate all the eggs and all the things in the eggs. So,
Oh, do you know how much that is?
we had talked about like 500, right? 500
I gotta
eggs.
look at
You want
home.
more than that?
No, 500 eggs? No,
Okay.
way more.
Okay, well, let's get the number.
Yeah.
'Cause I have 500 right now. And
Okay.
I have 2 months to get however many more. And even if I only was able to donate half, that would still save you a ton of money.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll talk about that. That would be good.
Yeah, but my goal would be to donate all of them, because we get those donations from the community. People have that in excess, and like I have 1 million eggs that are sitting around. We collect those and then we clean them and then we repurpose them.
Okay, and what do you fill them with?
We would fill them with a variety of things. We would have to talk about what's approved
Yep,
to fill them.
I was
with
just going to say
and the
that.
different ages, but mostly like toys, and then if candy was allowed. But I personally, I'd like to steer away from candy. I'd like toys and tattoos and stickers and little action figures, stuff like that.
Yeah, we usually do all that, like toys, tattoos, stickers, candy.
Yeah. So it would
Yeah,
be.
it's a hard candy. It's not chocolate.
Yeah, no chocolate, no peanuts.
But I prefer to do no candy if that's okay. It would just be all
You can do whatever you
toys.
want.
Okay. Right. If it's free.
What's
Exactly.
the proposed date? I just want to.
March 23rd.
March 24th.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sorry.
that's right. I've
from
been
last
trying
year.
to put it in my calendar. I can't do it on my phone.
Sunday, March 24th, but we would not propose, we would propose, sorry, Claire was just texting me. She's, whatever. We would, because it's Palm Sunday, we weren't going to start it till noon.
Okay.
Okay. So, bless you. We'll update the flyer and get it out to everybody before we post it or anything like that. And the date, I'll talk to Mary Beth and Lori tomorrow. I'll send an email. I'll just have to go before the selectmen and make sure that's okay too.
Cool.
That date. And at the same time, I'll ask about the 4th of July event. So 4th of July event, have you guys been to it?
Yes.
Years ago, my kids are in their 30s.
Okay.
So I'm
So
well beyond those
Same
days.
thing. We'll just start like planning and booking for that. We have food trucks. The Boy Scouts come and sell food. The pool's open for free that day. We have relay races. Last year we spent the money and had a DJ. I thought that was awesome.
Hopefully,
Yes,
Kev
it
Max
is very
prices
well.
didn't go up.
No, I emailed him already.
Oh,
I messaged
awesome.
him already. So he was excited. We usually don't have a DJ. No, we did have a DJ
We did have
a year before, but the guy we got last year was so good. He was so like getting the relays going and getting everybody really
In the rain, which was
in the
even more
rain. Yeah,
impressive.
yeah. And we do like a little bike parade with the kids, and we gave away like gift cards, and it was fun. It's fun. So every year we try to add some things to it, but again, budgetary issues. We try to add what we can. So we'll plan on the 4th of July again. What day of the week
Which
is
is
4th
a
of July?
Thursday.
And it's always
So,
on the 4th of
for-
July.
For the park program and swimming lessons to start, I also wanted to ask about those dates.
Okay, let's get back to that for
But
1
that's
second.
so that's so that would be the 4th, and we could have a rain date for the 5th.
5th. Okay, let's just go back to the
Yep.
Easter event for 1
No,
second.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, we need a
reminded
motion.
me
we need a
when
motion to approve holding the Easter event on the 24th and to cover the funds for the Easter event. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Seconded.
Approve. Is that passed?
Yes or no?
Yes. Sorry. I'm reading this. Yes, passed.
Okay.
Yes,
And
passed.
yes for me. Okay, good. Now to the 4th of July. We'll go 4th of July, rain date 5th of July. And you have a question about when to start the PAC program because we do 6 weeks of the PAC program, correct?
Right, and so
1, 2, 3.
when we try to go by like the school calendar,
So if you
in the past we have tried to do like the last week in June, but we find it challenging because the kids have just gotten out of school and they kind of need a little downtime between activities.
That's my, yes, I agree.
So do you not want to do July 1st week?
So no, we do want to
We
do
do,
July
yeah.
first week because that would give them the
So
week
that
of
will
the
be 1,
24th
2,
to
3, 4,
relax.
5. The last day of PAC program would be August 9th, and then we'd have the pool open for 3 weeks after
Right.
that.
And then I'm trying to see, since the school gets out the week of the 17th, which barring any challenges, weather issues,
Blizzards.
to have the pool open
Pool.
either the week of the 16th. I don't know if I can do the 16th, but definitely, but the week of the 23rd.
Okay. 23rd. Shoot for the 23rd. Okay. So PAC program will run July 1st through August 9th. And the pool is going to slate to be open for the 23rd.
On June 23rd?
June 23rd.
Through 9/2.
Right.
Through 9/2 is Labor Day.
Labor Day is the 2nd.
June 23rd through
And that also includes
September
swimming
2nd.
lessons. So 3 sessions of swimming lessons would happen between the same weeks that the park program is happening.
Okay.
And swim team would happen at those
Okay.
dates too.
Let me just double check.
Thank you.
Park program will run July 12th through August 9th, and the pool
No.
will
PAC program run July 1st
through August 9th.
through August 9th.
And the
6
pool-
weeks.
Okay, perfect.
And the pool
planning
will-
to open on the 23rd.
3rd through September 2nd.
Through September
June
2nd.
23rd to September 2nd.
Perfect, thank you.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the summer program starts after they've completed their first year of kindergarten.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
And goes
To
through at this moment in time.
At this
Rising-
moment in
rising
time.
sixth grader?
grade.
at this moment it's
Rising
rising
sixth
6th
grader.
grader. So we'll talk about the
Yeah, so rising 6th grader would be
finished 5th grade. So we'll look at the numbers. Next meeting we'll have a number of how many kids in each
Right, and
age
I
group
can-
we
because I
had,
can
and
look
then
at
we
the
can decide.
information from
Yeah, that
last
sounds
year.
good.
Because I can't say my son wants to go. I guess it's a hot commodity for the Conley kids this year. For the 5th graders, that's all.
Wait a minute. So he's a 5th grader
He's
right
a 5th
now.
grader
Yeah,
now,
5th
and
grader
that's with
is
going
on-
into 6th grade.
Yes.
So that's all they've been talking.
Okay.
They come to my house, and they're all excited to go.
So okay.
I'm
glad
So
to
that's
hear
Yeah,
that.
so
they-
that's good.
Yeah,
So
so
that
that
changes
and then my
my
daughter, my first graders, that's all she's been talking about, how fun it is. So
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Yeah.
yeah, that's
One more year before my girl can do it.
There you go. There you go. So, okay. So, any open discussion, other business, anyone? No. Okay. So let's set next meeting.
Oh, so are we not doing the February movie night? It's not happening. Okay, I figured it was a little
Unless you want to do
too
it.
late. I mean, I can run the equipment in there, but
Well, I guess we
Kathleen's going away February school vacation. I'm away the week after.
We're gonna focus our efforts on the icon.
Yeah.
yeah.
because it's March. It's not like
Yeah, it's
we're
coming
pushing
up
to
so
April.
fast.
And then you know what we can do at the next meeting? Why don't we talk about if we want to do an April movie night, April school vacation, like the first Friday night of when school vacation starts or something. That might be a good idea. So we can put that on the.
So we're looking at March 21st,
Hold on.
the third
Well,
Thursday.
that would be the day before.
Oh, I feel like we need to have a meeting sooner to plan the Easter event, right?
No, we don't really need to plan. We got it under control. Hold on. Give me a minute. I'm just putting down my notes for next month. What did we say we were talking about? Oh, movie in April. Okay. So where are we at right now? February. No, we're going to.
It's
January 25th. Yeah, no, we're going to have a meeting in February.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about being on vacation. So I thought that meant you were pushing it to March.
Oh, no. I meant
Well, we
school
can do, like,
vacation.
March
No, we're going to go
school
to.
vacation is this week.
So you want to do the. Oh, I'm getting my taxes done that day. What day of the week works best for everybody?
Not Monday.
Thursdays are best.
Best? Okay.
How about for you guys if you chose to join us?
Thursdays work. Yeah.
Thursday's fine.
So I know it's only 3 weeks away, but do we want to do the 15th?
Yes.
Does that work for now? Tentative?
Of February?
February
Oh,
15th.
I'm in, sorry.
You're on the right
I was in 2022. It was so long. Oh, I'm not even in the right month.
And then that way, if we met on
Right
February
here.
15th, we can get all the stuff done for summer park program, and then we can get the thing live
Yes,
for
that
March.
would be great because I try and get it.
February. You in the right
Yes.
month? 15th.
Yes, there's 15th. See right there. Here we go.
What do we think? February 15th?
Yeah, that
5
works.
o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Same place? Same bat channel?
Now you're dating yourself.
Is that good? Okay, so 5:50, motion to adjourn, and then we can.